This is Sirgas territory. When people think about lions, they often imagine endless wilderness stretching far beyond the horizon. But a lion's home isn't simply measured by how far the eye can see. It's measured by safety, by food, by familiar paths, by water, and by where the antelope populations live that they depend on. This is southern Botswana, on the edge of the Kalahari Desert. Hidden within this remarkable landscape is the place that Sirga calls home. Here you'll find my home, our small conservation camp, the airstrip that connects us to the outside world, and beyond it, the landscape where Sirga has built her life. Every morning begins here. While my own world revolves around conservation and caring for wildlife and wildlife habitat, Sirga's world follows a very different rhythm. Our homes stand surprisingly close together, yet we each live our own lives. My own home is very simple. Besides a caravan and a converted shipping container, most of my life here is lived outdoors. Right beside my home is Sirga's own home, a secure 1 hectare enclosure, about the size of 1.5 international football pitches. If her 20 square kilometer territory is her world, then this is her living room. It's where she chooses to spend much of her quiet time, a place to sleep, to eat, to drink, and simply to enjoy the comfort of being home. Her private waterhole is here as well, and we maintain it carefully so it stays a place she enjoys returning to. Beneath the shade trees, we simply help nature a little. The trees themselves provide everything a lion needs. Our only job is to keep the ground beneath them clean and comfortable, reducing insects and creating peaceful resting places during Botswana's hottest afternoons. Everything else is exactly as nature intended. And beyond the gate, her territory begins. Think of her enclosure as the apartment, the house that she lives in, and the territory of 20 square kilometers like her city. This is where she spends much of her life, where she walks, where she hunts, where she disappears for hours or days at a time. And this is the landscape that truly belongs to her. And Silga shares it with an incredible community of wildlife. Springbok are too quick for her to hunt, but they form prey for other predators such as leopard and cheetah. Wildebeests are her favorite prey, but she doesn't always have a chance to get to them because they're incredibly clever animals. The leopard shares the territory and Silga is not friends with them, but she tolerates them in the region. Oryx antelope are the most dangerous to hunt for a lion because of their long, extremely sharp horns. Even wild lion prides have successfully raised cubs in this area over the years. This isn't simply land set aside for one lion, it's a functioning ecosystem. Everything that happens next is entirely Sirga's decision. No one tells her where to walk, where to wait, or when to hunt. Like every wild lion, success is never guaranteed. She watches, she waits, she chooses the moment, and then she commits everything. Sometimes the hunt ends in failure. Today, it ends in success. Long after Sirga has eaten, countless other animals will benefit from what remains. Nothing in nature is wasted. People often ask, how much space does a lion really need? The honest answer is, it depends. Scientific studies across Africa have shown that lion home ranges vary enormously depending on habitat and prey availability. Some prides occupy only a few dozen square kilometers. Others require several hundred. Those figures generally describe entire lion prides rather than a single lioness. When planning Sirgas' home, my goal was always to provide at least the minimum territory sizes described for lions living in prey-rich environments. Today, roughly 20 square kilometers of protected habitat belong to her. Seen from above, her world feels almost endless. Ancient camelthorn trees, open grasslands, game trails winding between the bushes, quiet waterholes hidden in the landscape. Every corner is familiar to her, every scent, every pathway, every favorite resting place. It isn't somewhere she simply lives, it's somewhere she knows. As the afternoon slowly sets in, Sirga makes another decision. No one calls her, no one guides her. She simply turns and begins walking home. The same route she has chosen hundreds of times before. Watching this always reminds me that lions don't wander without purpose. They know their territory with incredible precision. Every landmark, every tree, every scent carried into the wind. Before entering, she pauses. She rubs her head against the gate, again and again. The scratches covering the paint tell the story. For Sirga, this isn't just a doorway. It's part of her territory, a place she marks intensively with her scent to tell every passing lion exactly who lives here. She follows the familiar path towards home without hesitation. Sometimes she's already full after a successful hunt. Sometimes she is not. If today's hunt wasn't successful, she knows another option is waiting. Whenever Sirga makes a large kill, I often recover portions she could never finish before scavengers arrive. Those pieces are stored and later returned to her. Nothing gets wasted. So if she chooses to collect a meal here today, it's simply another part of the natural rhythm we've built around her life. It's always her choice, never an obligation. Today, Sirga is 14 years old, an age many wild lions will never reach. GPS data from her collar shows that even with the gate open, she chooses to spend most of her time at home. So if bushfires or an injury ever make it necessary to close the gate for a while, I know she's safe in a place she has already chosen to be. People often ask me, is Sirga free? For me, the answer has never been about whether a fence exists. The fences are here to keep people and livestock safely away and to protect the wildlife living inside. What matters is what happens within them. Sirga chooses where she walks. She chooses where she hunts. She chooses when she rests. And she chooses when she comes home. Perhaps freedom isn't simply the absence of every boundary. Perhaps true freedom is having enough space to live naturally, enough prey to remain wild, a place where you're safe, and a place that, at the end of the day, still feels like home.